Thank you, Thomas. This is sort of a wish list of next steps where we hope to go. We've talked about developing a nonprofit taxonomy. We think that would be important. We've explored the idea of graphically representing the data to give it, make it a little bit more robust representation of the numbers. There is a Form 990 that nonprofits have to file with the IRS every year. We would like to automate that process, the compilation of that form. We've spoken about standard business reporting in Maryland. I know that's been mentioned at the conference several times. The notion that an organization or company can file one standardized set of tagged information rather than multiple sets, saving time for everybody involved. We've noodled around the idea of a direct cash flow statement prepared automatically with detail and drill down capability. We currently prepare a direct cash flow once a year, and so we'd like to automate that process if it's possible and do that monthly. We have a small sales team that uses Salesforce.com as their CRM. We'd like to be able to extract data from Salesforce, match it up with data from the other systems to provide a more robust and meaningful level of detail for our sales team. And then finally, we've talked about the possibilities of sharing data. David Stevenson has written a book titled Data Dynamite, where he sort of outlines the benefits of sharing data widely rather than hoarding it. And so we're about to embark on that with our staff and maybe in an even bigger way, just to see what benefits can develop if more people have access to the information. So if you are just to wrap up, if you are a controller, CFO, filer, preparer, I'd urge you to consider Global Ledger. We've outlined some of the benefits of automating the process, reduction in errors, general deeper analysis that's available to you, reduced manual effort, raising the value proposition of the accounting staff so that they're working on higher level, higher value things, and just generally the benefits of automating and standardization, which we think are profound. And so finally, if you were able to adopt XBRL Global Ledger, we think you will be able to set your data free. And, I do want to thank some folks who helped us along the way. They've been a huge benefit to us. I do have a couple questions here. If you have questions later, we can, we'll be happy to answer them. We'll be around for the rest of the conference. So let's see what we got here. Modifications, updates to tools or GL structure. How difficult are changes to make?
That's a good question. The Global Ledger taxonomy has stayed pretty stable, and I think will stay pretty stable throughout its development cycle for that purpose. So it's not. I think Eric had mentioned that the goal of any future developments to XBRL Global Ledger is that it will have backwards compatibility. So that issue of rolling out new taxonomies won't be as big underneath. Maybe if there's a big change to an accounting system you use, which that shouldn't even happen that much, so that should be sort of minimal.
The other question is manpowers to develop and implement. I would say Thomas is a full-time student. He's done the technical heavy lifting on this project. I've done the sort of brainstorming of what we'd like to see out of it. So for my time, it's been somewhat minimal, several hours a week. Thomas worked as an intern when school got out in late May through the summer. He did do some work prior to school letting out. So, probably, 400 or 500 hours speak to how XBRL GL can be used in large corporate environments with ERP systems?
Yeah, I think XBRL GLobal GL is sort of meant to coexist and complement those large systems that are there. Like as I mentioned, we're able to use GLobal GL to feed into other applications that we've had in the past and also make new ones. So you can kind of use XBRL GLobal GL to standardize that data while you're still moving data into those ERP systems. So it's not meant to replace or overshadow in any way. It's meant to sort of complement and help facilitate data movement across, if you have many subsidiaries, you can help implement in there. If you acquire a company, GLobal GL would be a huge benefit in sort of standardizing that data and having it move in a standardized way. Also, just another interesting thing to touch on is that once we mapped to Microsoft Dynamics and to our solution management database, we kind of realized that if another state society has those same databases, we can very easily share some of our mappings. So it's like once you get over that learning curve and that first initial hill, you can really start sharing the benefits or using them internally. Again, if you have a subsidiary that you purchase and say they have Dynamics, you can almost plug and play style right into it. So it can really complement your ERP system.
Okay, we just made it. Thanks for your attention and interest, and if you have questions later, feel free to let us know. Thank you.